Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Codger's Outdoors. And today, we are going to be back at it with a awesome video for you guys. And it's going to be all about how to build a campfire the Codger way. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so we are going to come around here. We've got our nice wood pile here I've been working on. We are going to come over here to the fireplace. Get the camera set up. I don't know if I can get in there without any glare for you guys. Alright, so the first key to building a fire, there's several things. First off, in this instance, I'm going to set you guys over there. In this instance, obviously need to get our upper grate out of the way. Typically you wouldn't be baking this in a stove, but okay. So we can get our proper smoke ventilation. Alright, so here we go. This is how we're going to go about it. So the first things first, small. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to come over here. You see this brush here I've cut. You want to find some dry limbs, very small dry limbs to start off with. So I'm going to go ahead and just pluck some of these off, and if there's any spring to it, then it's probably green, so you don't want anything with spring to it. You want it to just snap off clean and easy, and that is how you know if it's dead. Obviously it'll look dead too, but that's a good way to tell. So that has some snap to it. A little bit of green is okay, but you mainly want to do obviously dry when you're getting started with it. I'm going to go ahead and snap off some limbs here. Get started. Shout out to my Uncle Randy and my grandfather Gigi. They were the ones who taught me how to do this back when I was a wee little kid. So shout out to them. So you want to get a good bunch of that. And the whole idea behind this is you want to start small and go bigger. So I got a good handful here. Let's come back down to the fireplace and get you guys in line. Hope you can see. Let's try to drop you guys down a little bit here. Set that down there. Get you guys dropped in. There we go. A little bit closer, because it's going to be hard for you to see with a lot of sunshine. Okay, so there you guys are. Now, we are going to make sure that's dry, get the damp stuff off to the side. So the whole idea is you want to start with some sort of a teepee kind of formation. I like to use a couple big ones like that to get me started. And then you're going to go ahead. Normally, in most instances, you would use paper. But in this case, we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to take some leaves. Actually, let's take this out first. Get some leaves and some dry moss, pine needles, anything like that you can get. And just get that laid in there, okay? So then, you're going to go ahead, get your little start of your teepee here. Just get it together the best way it fits, however that happens to be. And then you want to just take and get you some of them small twigs. Always try to keep it standing best you can. Get in there for supports with some bigger stuff in the back. Keep that. It doesn't have to be perfectly standing, but just get it started standing. And then you're going to just keep rolling with more and more and more And more and more and more and more sticks. We'll go grab some more, guys. So we're going to go ahead, lay some more in there. You can't have too much, guys, really, as long as it can breathe. You want to leave places that the air can circulate around in there, because if you get too much closed off in there, the fire won't breathe, and therefore it won't be able to get oxygen and it will not burn. But I like to really take my time with this initial process and not rush it too much. Just make sure that you get a lot of little sticks and twigs and whatever, because once you get a half smoldered mess that didn't burn, it's harder than if you just did it right the first time, which is something a lot of people don't want to learn. So just take it slow, take it easy. The TP method, I feel like, is very quite well. So you want to just keep at it. Here, keep adding some stuff to it. Take your time, keep it slow. It's back to the old saying when we were kids, you know, it's not a race. Well, that really comes into factor here, because this can be an easy process once you get used to it, but your first couple times it can be a little tedious, and you do not want to rush it. Take your time, just get everything in there correctly the first time. I did squish that a little bit there. That shouldn't be too bad. Leave that in there. I think that is not too shabby. We're going to go ahead, get a few more leaves. Just kind of get them tucked in around a little bit more here. I should have made a little bit bigger pile probably in the middle, but that's okay. That's all right. Not too picky. All right. Now, for the purpose of this video, I've chosen to use just good old-fashioned matches over a lighter. Normally I'd use a little lighter, but for this, I'll go ahead and just start off with some matches. You don't want to. You want to try to light it from the bottom. In several places when I'm starting off. That way, there's a good chance. Now, if you light two fires on two sides, they will actually come together and put each other out. So keep that in mind when you're lighting this, because that will happen. Now, you want to be ready when it lights, as it has right there. And you want to start adding some bigger wood to that fire. So I have some different stuff here. Smaller stuff, bigger stuff. I'm hoping we don't lose it here, because I didn't get my smaller stuff chopped up in advance. I thought I had some kicking. We've got a good start there. Throw some more leaves on it just to keep it happy. Let's come over here to the axe. We are going to very quickly split up some extra small stuff, just to keep that fire happy. We're going to get that set there. Hopefully it'll stand. Come on, right there. You want to get little shaved pieces like this. I just threw that on the fire, make sure that stays fed and happy. A fed fire is a happy fire. Another split down the middle there. Gives us another nice piece. And you can do that as little or as much as you would like for the size of your fire. But that gives us a decent start there. Now as that fire grows, you want to go bigger, right? Keep it fed. So go ahead, throw some stuff in. Be mindful as you feed the fire that you want to keep that airflow going still. Even though that fire has started, that oxygen is going to be what keeps that fire alive. So don't smother out your fire. Allow that to really build, really burn the way it's supposed to, and just let it do its thing. As you get that fire going the way that you want to, also remember that you get the heat at the bottom, right? That's where your coals and things are. And then as you get wet wood, feed the dry wood to the bottom, put the wet wood on top, off to the side, and allow it to start to dry out a little bit. And as that dries out, it will burn. And that's how you keep your fire going. Even if you've got some damper wood, if you've got a little bit of dry wood, you can keep that all going and keep that burning that way. So that is pretty cool. There you guys are. Okay. Turn you a little bit. There we go. So you can see a good start on that. Here, both same time, just mixing it all in. Get that placed in there. I have allowed the middle to stay open to allow for oxygen, and we've got a decent little fire going, guys. Just like that. And that's really all there is to it. It really is that simple. And, you know, the first time you might not get everything light the way you wanted. You might have some trouble, some problems, you don't know. But practice makes perfect, as with everything else in life. And you keep at it, and you get better at it. Another good thing is to keep yourself a good fire poker stick, such as this one. Green is better, obviously, for obvious reasons. You don't want your fire poker kicking. But, yeah, so, there you have it. That is starting a fire Codger's way. And, of course, you guys know softwood and hardwood and the differences.